And in this account, we're Israel. Because we all have enemies or things or giants that we look at, and we don't turn into David and say, I'm going to throw a sling at it and knock this thing down. We turn into Israel, standing back, shook with fear, because this is an enemy that we see that there is no way to overcome. And the hero in this story isn't us, it's Jesus. Because Jesus is a type of David, or David is a type of Jesus. And Jesus is the one who took the greatest enemy that we all have, right? Which is sin and death. And with one blow, conquered it. One blow. And we look and we say, yeah, I want to be the hero. But if we look and acknowledge it, Jesus is the hero. Because it's not that all of a sudden we have this ability to find a rock and a sling and take down our enemies. It's that we have this awesome God who steps in and says, I got this. I'm not putting it on your shoulders so you can handle it. I'm putting it on my shoulders so that it can be done. That single enemy that every person on the planet has to face, regardless of race, gender, age, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of religious denomination, that enemy, sin and death, was conquered by Jesus Christ. And it is only through him that we're victorious over it. It's only through him that we can look at death and say, hey, I don't have to worry about this. And I know we stand and we're like, yeah, but I don't want to die. And I'll share this. Because you guys know you were praying for Christy's grandfather, and one of the things I noticed is over the last couple of weeks, as he was getting sicker and sicker, he had questions about death. Not to say he feared it, but it wasn't something he was looking forward to. And then I shared with you guys that Christy's mom shared the gospel with him, and he accepted Jesus Christ as a Savior. And rather than being fearful about death, the next day he was like, I'm ready to go, bring all the family around so I can say goodbye. And then 24 hours later, he went home to be with the Lord. And I was like, wow, that's really weird. But if you look throughout the Old Testament, you know where you see those verses where it says like Abraham or Isaac or Jacob were on their deathbed and they called their family around and they shared their blessings, and then they gave up the ghost. Because it made sense. Because they had no fear of sin or death. Because just as we look back to what Jesus did on the cross 2,000 years ago, they looked forward to what he would do sometime in their future.